Hello, wonderful talent. Welcome to Profitable Talents. I'm Alessia, and this is
Jacopo.
You like that?
I don't know. I'm still working on it.
I don't know. I like the jingle.
The reason for this episode is because we want to talk to you about that feeling, that emotions when was the first time you registered your company, your LLC, your LTD if you're in the UK. What was the point of that company, right? What was the point of that business? To create your dream life. Otherwise, what was the point? We wanted to replace our main income with something that we could do from anywhere in the world, live with passive income and move into a bigger place in a country we wanted. But 8 years in, that didn't happen, even though we were making double the money, we were doing all the things. And so we want to talk to you about the reason why your business might have not created your dream life yet, starting from defining your dream life first, and then going through the three biggest things that come to my head when it comes to why this has not happened yet. First of all, I believe that the dream life was going to be like the ideal, classical idea of being a millionaire, right? You have a big mansion, you've got cars. I would buy a Ferrari, right? Why wouldn't you? Never really doing much every day, just laying down on the beach and I don't know. That's kind of like the weird idea we all have about. I had that for sure. But why? Because I was working like crazy, almost in a job that I wasn't happy with. So when you really need some time off, your mind gives you glimpses of the complete opposite, which are in most cases completely wrong. We realized that because I feel like we're living the dream life right now.
It's not that you think. We are.
I feel like, because sometimes I feel like, should I be doing something more? But look, this is actually pretty good. So we live in Italy at the moment. We bought a Porsche. So every time I drive that car, I feel like $1 million. We create videos like this ones when we feel like it. And I'm not obsessing over the camera, the production quality, the editing and all the shenanigans to keep you watching. If you don't want to watch, just don't watch. So I don't care. But I want to help you, so I want to share our experience. We make 15 to 30K a month, which now is basically almost 90%, like it's 90% profit because we don't have a team anymore because we've simplified everything to the bare bone and we can manage everything by ourselves.
I think to me, one of the most important things that we've created with the dream life, because most of the time we think about stuff, right? So like how much stuff we can have, or how much stuff we can shove into our house, or we can buy. But I think like you get to a point of your life, especially when you have built and created and worked so hard for, that you realize that the richness comes into something way more. And for me was to have freedom of being there for my family.
That's
for example,
I was about to say.
Having the possibility to just say, I can be there for you whenever you want me to be.
Can I say though, it's not just family or friends for me. I want to be free of being able to help a complete stranger one day with my time, with my resources I have, if I feel like I can help without having to run away because I've got a phone call, or run away because I don't know they're scamming me, or like I want to be
being able to give.
I want to be able to give whenever I feel called to do so. That's the ultimate freedom for me.
I like this. No, it was like, I think like this is like the very important part of when you're creating a lifestyle. And it goes back into, yes, creating a business, but also thinking about what really is the dream life, or what is on your vision board. Because if it is like going around and traveling and all that, I'm pretty sure that if you thought about it, you can just do it now. Grab your business and go somewhere else and start traveling, right? So this is how you should see it. And I think sometimes it's about just giving ourselves permission to dream about that life, to have it in your head, to feel it, and to create it.
So this is the mistake we made. And many of us, if you are doing like coaching or mentoring or consultancy online, probably you can relate to this. You start by creating the business and make money. You want to make money because you know that's the vehicle for your freedom. So it doesn't really matter how you build your business because you've got your preconception of how make money looks like and feels like. So for example, for us, we said, okay, we don't know our dream life yet. We didn't even think about that. Mm-hmm. It was more like, let's replace our income.
We don't want the 9 to 5, the rat race. I think we just wanted to like escape the rat race.
Yeah, so that's not a very defined goal. It's like a milestone. So we created a whatever business that came to us. We knew we needed monthly recurring revenue. So a membership was the model we wanted. That's it. That's the only thing we designed. So we busted our asses off to create the traffic on a YouTube channel and the system to create that. And
but hang on, but that's another thing like that it comes to mind. Something that we did. Again, thinking about you build the business, you create, you generate the money, and then you think that everything has to be better and more perfect than it was before. So we started getting the better computer and the better cameras and the better screen and the better desk that was meant to be on there, and that we needed to have bigger spaces, and then we have like in case we needed to have our team over. So there was something into I buy, I reinvest because it has to be better. And I think like
because we didn't know what we wanted in our life. We had no idea how we wanted to live our life. We just went with this idea, let's build a business. And you find yourself in the same situation.
Complicating everything by the month. I think that was something that we did. We complicated and we kind of grounded ourselves into a place or with more stuff because that's what we thought it was about building a business. We never had the business before, so I'm sure that that's what business owners do.
The very first thing is that our model was broken. So because we didn't know where we were going, we created something that naturally evolved into a spaghetti monster of business. And attached to that, there was all the physical world repercussion of having to manage this spaghetti monster. So for example, we wanted to be able to travel often. We wanted to be able to live from wherever we wanted. We wanted to host people in the house as friends, have some gatherings, have some luncheons and dinners. We couldn't do any of that because we didn't design it. But also we didn't have enough profit margins to do so because our model was broken. So I would encourage you to look at your business model. What is your business model? Because for Lazy Dancer Tips, we were relying mainly on one low ticket membership. A low ticket membership, we didn't know, it's incredibly hard to grow. It doesn't matter how big your audience is, it's very difficult because if you are charging stupidly like we were at the beginning, $10 a month, then now we are charging $47 a month. It's the same low ticket area there. If you want a sustainable income that it's like at least $5,000 a month profit, you need so many members. You need so many members every month to join your membership because the more you grow, the more people will leave at the end of the month. It's called churn rate. It's a beautiful concept that we realized a few months into membership land, which means this model will chain you to your desk, will force you to create more and more videos because you need more traffic. And will force you to having to refresh everything all the time. New product, new promotions, new funnels. And we basically dug our own grave just by doing that consistently. If we weren't making enough money, we created more products, we created more promotions, we hired more team to help us amplify this monster.
But I think like also the spaghetti monster that started, it wasn't only because of like the artistic side that I had, like, because let's put it that I like creating, I like coming up with new ideas, but it also kind of chained me down into every time creating this and putting it into our membership, because number one, I didn't know what really a membership meant, and I just thought that by putting more and more and more and more exclusive stuff within a membership would actually attract more people. But also the creating more stuff, the creating more courses and more videos, and not just videos, but like more. It was literally a spaghetti monster. I can't tell you how much stuff I've actually created. Well, it was actually coming from a low esteem that I had for myself, for that if I had to charge more for my membership, I had to create more. And in order for me to fulfill that and to be true to my customers, that's what I would have to do. And we just shot a video that we're gonna link up here or down in the description box below, that unfolds exactly that imposter and low self-esteem that you might have right now when creating a membership, for example. And that is something that really, like, I understood way too late that that spaghetti monster, unfortunately, was just to fulfill a void in myself and how I felt too much towards my customers, without thinking about us, without thinking about our life, without thinking about ourselves first.
And this is the reason why, when I started growing this side of this new business, this Profitable Talents brand, it started as a pet project, and I said, you know what, let's create something that it's free from all of the constraints that we had in Lazy Dancer Tips. Let's try to do something that feels good to us first, and then see if that works. So we are almost doing everything opposite to what we did with Lazy Dancer Tips, taking the lessons from our first experience. And for example, this time we didn't want to have a broken model. We want to have a model that is manageable and sustainable and scalable at the same time, without having to create many verticals. So for example, getting technical here, but in Lazy Dancer Tips, in order to sell the membership, we had a entry point product, like a low ticket one-off purchase to introduce people to the concept of the services that you can provide. Then after that, there would have been an onboarding via email into the membership. We also had splintered out different products from the membership and made them self-standing products to have sort of the same path, so that based on what you required, it might be flexibility, it might be technique, it might be whatever, you would get into our world, and then you would be onboarded via email to the concept of getting into the membership. That spaghetti monster, in order to tame it, in order to make sure that no matter which entry point you would come from, it would still relate to the membership or maybe cross-sell other products, it was years of fixing. Not gonna do that anymore, because every time you create a new product, you're sort of creating a mini business around it. Promotions, funnels, connection with the rest of your business. It becomes a complete mess. One idea can completely screw your business. So we said, okay, for this business here, let's not do that. Let's do something that is scalable. So
I sat on my hands. I did not create anything new anymore.
We started thinking about, let's create a course.
Exactly.
But I don't like courses, because people buy them and never finish them. So I don't want to be out of alignment. So I don't want a course. So forget about the course. Let's do a membership. Hey, you remember what happened with the first membership? Even if this is business, right? So I can charge more. Yay, from 47 to 100. What difference does it make? Nothing. You still have lots of people that need to come into the membership every month, and lots of people that will come out. It's the same hell. I don't want to be in low ticket membership hell again. Let's not have that. You know what? What do I enjoy doing the most? Great. I love enjoying working one-to-one with people. At least for now. I like that. I like be very involved. I like when I can see people's eyes light up when they have a breakthrough. They say, oh my God, I never thought of that. You guys are amazing. I'm gonna go and deploy and come back with feedback and let you know. I love that. I love that. And this happens now every day. And I'm so fired up every morning about this because I'm wondering what kind of messages are we gonna receive today. And we have a one-to-one offer only, which is high ticket because I'm giving the most amount of time and attention and focus and resources to the clients we have. Of course, I cannot scale this, but I know already that if I want to transition from one-to-one to maybe a group setting, I can just remove myself from the same exact offer and create a community and have a lower price. And that would be my scalable piece. This is called proximity model, proximity offers.
But I think like the very first thing that has to come into mind is what are the boundaries and the standards that you want for your life? So we go back into what the life is, the life that you want to create. So before you even think about the business model that you want to have or how to simplify the business model, who you want to work with, like actually who you want to work with is still part of your boundaries because you're not going to be working with everyone else. And every time, that's the thing, every time now I either think about a workshop or something that we can offer, comes to mind is it aligned with the lifestyle and the people that I want to work with? Is it aligned with the way I want to feel? Is it aligned with everything that I have created so far? Or is it a big cross no? So that is the very first thing I think about. I think it's the very first time this year where we did not plan for Lazy Answer Tips. We did not plan any big promotions for usually it's September 2024. So it was like
we started
not this year, it's New Year.
The first half of the year, we were still going off the promotion tangent. And we saw a slight decline. It didn't really matter what we did. So then we stopped and we had to pause. And then
I think it was like, you know those moments where you feel that you're giving not 100%, but you're giving 525%. But yeah, I know I don't know why it came out, but it's 525. I don't know, but it came out as in I'm giving all this energy out, but it seems that no one is receiving it in the right way. And because I felt so wrong, the energy wasn't coming back from my customers. No, okay, it's interesting. You know what? I'm going to leave it because the more I try, the more I feel that I have to create new promotions, new things, new especially during summer. At one point I think I wrote down like next year, so 2025, go on holiday, forget about actually creating anything because it will not be received as it should be. So for usually during the summer, we both had this anxiety because everything had to start with thinking about September. Usually is the going back to school, the Black Friday.
We used to have a big launch in
September.
Back to
big launches.
Then it would transition into a October promotion and then Black Friday and Christmas. So the whole second half of the year was screwed up. But I think like
this time, I think the last thing I did was the September launch, and I said, okay, I'll try with something totally different that I've never done before.
Something that felt good.
Something that it didn't feel quite right. It felt okay, but I was hoping in this massive explosion of people communicating or interacting. I think that was my hope.
That was your
my
goal.
Hope, my goal.
Yeah.
But it didn't. So at one point I went, you know what? Forget about it. It doesn't feel right to me. It doesn't feel right to me as in I am running it now. I'm just gonna step back. I'm gonna rethink everything because everything that I'm trying to do now, it's really not aligned with how I feel. It's not aligned with what I want to do. I had a moment of identity crisis, like, what do I do now? I don't know what I'm doing. So I stepped back and I thought, okay, this is my life. This is my boundaries. This is exactly how I don't want to feel. I don't want to feel anxiety. I don't want to feel overwhelmed. I don't want to feel that during June and July, I have this feeling of having to create more campaigns. Otherwise, things are not going to go. I had the big gurus on my, like the voices of the big gurus in my head and saying, if you stop creating content, your new content, especially even you, like you had this idea as well, people are not going to come anymore and they're not going to like what you do. And then no, your business is going to die because your YouTube channel is going to die. I was like, okay. So that anxiety, that feel. But at one point I started going, okay, I'm going to step back a little bit. And I'm not going to create anything new anymore. We'll see how it goes because the promotions can still, like, things can still go. And I'm just going to take a pause for a second. And I'm going to rethink and have my boundaries because, as I said, this is not how I wanted to feel. What are my standards? What do I want for my life? How do I want to feel in my life? And what are the priorities in my life right now? So the moment I started thinking about that, I did not promote anything anymore. I did not send emails that were like on a schedule anymore because even then it's like, what if I don't send an email to my list once a week like I used to be? What is going to happen? So end of the story, nothing really happened. The emails that I sent nothing bad happened. So the emails that I send out now are very relaxed, genuine. They come out when they come out.
Heartfelt.
Very heartfelt. I can share with them something I truly enjoy. I also create challenges for people within my private community that they can enjoy.
You started having fun with it.
I started having fun with it. So
they started having fun with it too.
But the funny thing is, like,
members.
No. But the funny thing is that people started from the outside, started signing up more. They started like understanding what the heck was going on in my private community. They started chatting with the others from the outside and said, I want to join the Lazy Dancer studio. And so everything kind of, like, I changed, my energy changed, my point of view of what I was doing of my life changed. And therefore, the way I ran the business changed. And it's so much more relaxed because of that little switch of perspective, starting from your life and then moving to what your business can do for you for that life.
Also, the second reason why your business might have not yet created the dream life that you were hoping for when you registered the company, it's one of the things that we experienced in the past, but also some things that our clients are experiencing right now, which is super crucial. You probably have made yourself way too available for people. This might be part of, again, of the broken model side, which is all part of the same thing. But if you're offering people done for you, depending on your niche, if you promise one-to-one support, if you have a community, maybe a low-ticket community where you gave, I don't know, one call a week, support call a week, and everybody is asking you a question and you feel like you have to reply to each of them. Or even if you have a free community where you promised way too much to people. This stuff is going to completely drain your soul. I know that you want to help others. It feels good when we help others, I know. But we need to do it in a way that is not going to kill us. Key. And some of our clients have done the same mistakes. Like because they've battled with their self-worth a little bit, and sometimes we do that when we don't feel like we are an expert yet, whatever that means. We feel like we need to overcompensate with services. You overcompensated with products. You also made yourself available in different products, like you offered a fixed entry price for a specific program, and then you offered unlimited monthly coaching. we needed to kill that program because it wasn't sustainable. But at the beginning, we thought, yay, the new members will finance my monthly coaching. But what happens if the sign up slow down? You will basically end up with people that are not paying anymore, therefore they're not committed. But you have to show up every single month. And thankfully you said month, not week, because some people that we are working with, they have a weekly commitment and people with people that don't even pay them. Why do we do this? I give you permission to have a hard look at your business and see where you are making yourself too available for people. Now, I'm not saying don't help people. I'm just saying think about your life first, because you want to share, you want to pour into others from a full cup, not an empty cup. And as Alessia said before, she started doing less, but with more intention and better energy, and things started to happen, not just monetary wise, but also the feedback she was receiving, the engagement in the community. Everything is better when you feel better. So it's totally fine to tell people, guys, I screwed up. I decided that I'm not gonna run this community, this service, this whatever anymore, because it doesn't work for me, unfortunately. If you want, I've got this other thing, and this other thing you might want to start crafting around your life. It doesn't have to be draining. You can do it on the go. You can think about how to do it in a way that it's manageable for you.
And there is nothing wrong to tell people, thank you very much. It's been very nice up to here. Because I think like a lot of our clients that say, oh, but I promise that. There is always a way to say, I've got a specific time frame, like it's either now or never. Unfortunately, there are things that happen in our life that you cannot promise and say, we're going to have calls forever. If no one is coming, there is no point, or if the lives are not received in a certain way or as they used to be, there is no point in continuing something that is going to drain your energy. And it's okay to close something, to close a chapter, to open a better one. Because I think like every time we think about, we do a disservice to our people, but we're actually doing a disservice to ourselves and them, because there's too much stuff. You are not in the right place whenever you're delivering that content. And as much as you want to give, there is nothing coming back. And I think that is a very important point to consider.
Here's an insight that only we can say, because we're not just telling you about this stuff, we actually done it, okay? This is something that I believed at the beginning. We had two biggest occasions where we were afraid people wouldn't take our decisions properly. The first one was when we wanted to move platform for our membership. We had hundreds of members monthly paying members, annual, monthly paying. We had like so many different tiers and promotions going on. We had to move from an old platform into Kajabi. And I thought, oh my God, what if they don't sign up? Because they needed to sign up, physically click on the thing and put their credit card number and name on it. So it's a big step. Like it would be too confusing for people. They would not understand why they need to do this. We're probably gonna lose like 3/4 of our membership like this. I was so scared. The reality was that after we've done the move, I basically sent one specific email with one big red button, just one, to everybody with the right link to the right offer, that in itself was a massive undertaking. But people quietly started signing up again. Bam, bam, bam. And the people that did not understand anything about what was going on, because of course you think people understand what you say, what you want them to do, but they have their life. They have no idea. They are paying, they were paying like $24.99, $47 a month. They're not really paying attention to you. One day they wake up and say, I want to jump into my app and do the workout. Where is the app? Where is the website? It's not there anymore. So we would receive emails about, hey, what happened? So I would just reply to them. During the move, we did not have many drop-offs because everybody wanted to be there. So that was the first big realization. And I thought, people are paying you for a reason and they're not going to go away just because they need to press a button. So first thing. Second thing, when we changed our model, you said, oh my God, I need to say that I'm not running this support course anymore. It was really heavy for us because we promised something. And if something that we pride ourselves to be is reliable and trustworthy. So we didn't want to break that trust. But honestly, it wasn't.
It was becoming a drag. So I said, I need to kill this thing.
So we said, okay, they're gonna get upset, we're gonna get insults or whatever. And then you showed up in the live explaining your reasons, explaining how much you gave and you wanted to, like, why you started this in the first place, just explaining the reason, and nobody complained. Everybody understood. Actually, their faces were like, we knew this was coming. So it's okay for you to change your mind. It's okay. I've been a client of programs where the host of the show said, guys, I'm not doing this anymore, explaining the reason, and I was completely fine with it. No resentment whatsoever. I understand why they do that. And also it's giving you permission as a coach to teach others that nothing is perfect, that everything is evolving, and if you give a good reason to people, they'll understand and there's no repercussion in anything you do. So don't make yourself too available, and if you feel like you are too available for whatever reason, it's okay to change your mind. The third reason why your business hasn't given you your dream life yet, it's an obvious one. Probably you're not charging enough, and therefore you need more content, you need more clients, you need more customers, you need to create more product, more. So my question to you is, why are you not charging more? Because let me give you some perspective here. You, a very insecure and shy but extremely talented ballerina, started with a product that was $10 a month for hundreds of videos, a community, availability. You gave it all for $10 a month. Now, she's not doing that anymore. We've got, in the ballet for adults niche, we've got a $2,000 product and a $5,000 product. We haven't promoted the $5,000 product yet, but the $2,000 product is selling without you having to chat with anybody, having a call with anybody. People are just buying it because they want more access to you. They want unlimited access to all of the content.
They want the community. they want to stay there. They know that it's a nice place to be.
I want you to explain to me, how the heck did you go from a $10 a month product to having the confidence of saying, this is a $2,000 product now? I cannot charge this much because it's just ballet and it's also pre-recorded. I'm not even there. Like, yeah, you go, $2,000 product.
The value that I've put into my life, the creating myself, everything that was into the Les Uns studio, I think kind of gave me perspective on what I can give and what's out there. I've always been very available, but none of the people kind of took advantage of that, even if they had it available. And what I understood was, most of the time, people like to do things in their own time. So the difference that I had before, so by being available, being always there, always having to be like a mother bear going, I need to help you. Understanding that the audience that I was helping were adults. They had their own life, they had their own time. They would not be available, and they would not be available for most of the live classes I was actually offering, and I only had a few. But also, what I knew that is that they needed to have a specific path to follow. So rather than creating more stuff, more things, more live classes, more of everything, and especially because it's a membership, or if it's, in this case, a $2,000 product that I offer, rather than just saying, I create more in order to give the perspective that the value is higher, I created a path for them with everything that I already created for them to follow in a very specific way. So they're self-sufficient. They can move throughout this journey in their own time, in their own path. And the only job that I have to just jump in and enjoy the community myself, because I love that community, is to reply every now and then and direct them exactly to where they need to be. The path that we created is the ballerina journey. It goes from being a ballet lover, so you start from zero, and imagine it as
progressive.
A progressive, yeah, because it is a very progressive journey, and it goes into what is the last thing called prima ballerina assoluta. So it takes you out there. But what I wanted to give them the experience, the feel, what they needed was to something that they asked me was, as adults, we don't have exams. I don't know if you ever heard of this, but when you're a ballerina that starts, when you're little, the highlight is to, yes, do the show at the end of the year, but most importantly, stepping up to the level. So the stepping up of the level is the exam that you take in front of the examiner. You prepare yourself, or you do that, and you go in, and you walk in, and you hear the bell of the examiner calling you up, yeah, because they go, you gotta get in, and then you move forward, and you just do your exams. You receive your diploma, and it says you passed the level. So instead of doing that, because obviously as adults you cannot do that, I needed for them to feel and understand a journey and a path that could lead them every single time and do these kind of exams. So the only job that I have now is the examiner, to be there for them at the end of every journey, every little slice of the journey that they create, every exam that they take, to give them direction and to make them step forward.
You don't do it manually.
I don't do it manually.
We set up all of this to be automatized, so you don't even have to examine anything.
No, but I like to have a look, because I give them
but you haven't promised it.
No, I haven't.
And yet, if people want to have unlimited access to the membership, the community, it's $2,000 one-off. So it becomes like a one-off purchase instead of a monthly or a yearly commitment. But it was fascinating to me to see the price tag increased as in line with your perception of the value you were providing.
I changed.
As you changed.
I changed. I wasn't that ballerina that needed proof or that needed validation anymore. They said, I'm gonna charge my monthly as much as one class in London or in New York. I knew what I was made of. I knew what I could bring to the table. I knew that there was one person, one of me, and the experience that I have and the way I make others experience this journey is only where I am. So that is what makes it so unique, because I know that I have changed. I know how much value I can bring. I know how my people feel when they come into the Ladies Dancer studio. I am so proud of what I have created, and I know how much good there is out there that I'm not willing to undersell it. It's not fair on me, and it's not fair on the people that are gonna step in, because if you don't charge enough, they will undervalue every single thing that you've done. They will complain that there is not enough. They will not even do it, because the amount of people that have paid peanuts to or for free, like even like stuff that is out for free, they've got the guts sometimes to complain. And I'm like, no, enough with that. I know what I bring to the table. This is how much it can be. And I know that if you pay that much, you are going to put the effort in, and you are going to go through possibly every single step that there is until you're a ballerina assoluta in that journey. that is what I changed. I like what I did, and I do value myself a lot. So I think it's not just the perception of money, it's the perception of yourself and who you are, and the growth that you actually have within yourself.
Thank you. I mean, this was amazing. I don't think I need to add anything, but I will add something.
Because you want to say the last thing.
That. And also because it's beautiful what you described, but for me, it's not just about the money. It's also about, for me, money is a teaching tool, especially in the coaching and mentorship world where people are taking risks, because if they gain access to a mentor or a coach, is because they want to get somewhere. And that's a dream they're buying into at the beginning until they see the first results. And for me, the more they pay, the more commitment they have to the realization of this dream. I started years ago coaching people for free about this stuff. Business, marketing, communities, content. And that's when I was most disappointed, because people were not doing anything with the things that I was sharing. And we're having now the best clients, not because we're not even charging crazy amount, but we charge a good amount of money to selected people because we want them to succeed. And part of that is charging the right amount, because every week or every month when we receive the money, they'll receive a notification in their bank that the money's gone down. And that's the push, that's the burn that they need to say, you know what, I need to make this work. I need to make my money work. I need to really work on my dreams. I'm worth it. I paid that money. I claimed to the universe that that is where I want to go. I'm paying someone to show me the way. What am I doing? That's when money becomes a vehicle for growth. And that's why you should charge more. I don't care in which niche you are. Find a way to charge more without overstretching your services, without overcommitting, and respecting where you want to go in life. What do you want your life to be? Because the bigger you grow, the better you feel, the bigger your audience will feel, and the better they feel too, because you are becoming the guide for them, coming from a place of abundance and not scarcity.
So think about now what your life and what your boundaries and what your standards are. Once you set that, think about your business and start thinking about what you can remove to simplify your business, to create that lifestyle that you've just designed in that piece of paper. I love doing that. It's one of the best things that you can do for yourself, especially because you see it black and white.
If you need some help on how to simplify your model, if that's something that you feel like it's a weak point at the moment, I've created a video where I explain exactly how we simplified our model and how we found the best model for coaching and mentorship especially. So if you need that, this is the video you should watch right now.